I'm UFC Hall of Famer Pat Miletich.
I'm naturopath Doc Will Spencer.
I'm mindset expert Nicholas Spone. If you're on a mission to heal your soil and grow nutrient-dense food, you've come to the right place.
We are the Soil Saviors.
One question we often get asked about the healing process is, how long does it take? So I'm going to kind of share a little bit of my story. We just got a testimonial email from one of our clients who 6 weeks ago got a regen kit and methylene blue. And he was talking about how incredible it's been for him, his friend who got on the probiotics, the incredible results they've been getting. And I know the answer is, it depends. But Dr. Will, how long does it take for someone to get healthy?
Wow. Yeah. Oh, that depends. That's huge. I know he's asking you, but well, yeah. I think that was the signatory night. I wasn't supposed to talk. Yeah, because over the years, just seeing so many different responses from different people, whether it was in 1 day, 5 days, 10 days, 2 weeks. Come on.
I can give you a range. There's no definitive there, but
I've seen positive results in less than 24 hours with taking supplements. It was that dramatic. That's all the way up to no improvement and actually gotten worse until day 89
Because of the detoxer.
Yeah, so the two people that were those dramatics were the girl, 36 years old, had 18 rounds of radiation therapy on her intestines. And she had 2 doses over the first day of first protocol supplements. And then the next morning, she felt amazing. Okay, so that's the fastest. Then 89 was a Vietnam vet who was exposed to Agent Orange pesticides, and he was also a diesel mechanic for 20 years. He urinated and sweated smelling petroleum products until the 89th day. He woke up. He had sores all over him for like 2 weeks of that. I mean, it was all and it felt worse. And I like, just hang in there. This is not going to be a pretty ride, but you're in a bad place. And so he goes, okay, I don't have anything to lose, because the VA wasn't doing it for him. The medical system at all, in general, wasn't doing it for him. The other natural people he was seeing wasn't really happening, but we were doing some deep cleaning. And at day 89, he woke up and he's like, it's all gone. I know what you're talking about. So that's what I tell people.
Well, and the reason I asked this question, and healing, if we use that to grow the corrective process. Yeah, correcting, detoxing, and remineralizing. It's not linear, right? And you don't just go steady upward trajectory. It's up and down. There's times where your body feels like hey, I can get rid of a bunch of stuff. Let's dump. And then sometimes you need to rest. And so that's been my process as well. When I did the first scan with you, my general vitality was at a 69, and I was not having a good quality of life. I was in rough shit. I was not thriving. I wasn't sleeping, and my mood was really bad. My joints and muscles hurt. Lactic acid in the body. I was not digesting and eliminating, and just rough. Got on the products. 3 months ago, we were here filming content. I did a rescan at 123, so I almost doubled. And then
your attitude changed.
I was better.
Overall things, you could tell the increase. I mean, I was obvious.
I was better, but we'd get done filming at the end of the day, and I would just be a little bit delirious, like overloaded. And this is a lot of mental work and energy, but
yeah.
So then fast forward 3 months on the protocol.
Today.
Consistently, yeah, almost exactly 3 months on the protocol, on basically the regen kit for these 90 days, and the proper human diet, which is, mostly meat, and just at a rescan at like 240, right?
43.
And I'm getting through these with not really any effort. I'm not having to be like, okay, I gotta pump myself up for this next video. It's just constant flow. The men's doing a lot better. Mess with player uses so much better. I get to the end of the day. Last night I laid down, fell asleep right away, slept deeply, woke up naturally. massive improvement. And that's 3 months. And I struggled with mold, parasites. I mean, so many different heavy metals, so many different things that our listeners struggle with. And I remember meeting someone 6 weeks ago in North Carolina, a woman who bought a regen kit, and she was struggling with mold as well, and then tried things for years. And we'll do another video on mold, but mold is essentially your vitality so low and you are in a state of decomposition that mold takes root.
We're a decomposing organism.
Mold takes root in the system, right?
Where your system actually calls the mold in.
Correct.
To break you down because you are not very, you're in a decomposition.
You're right along.
Yeah, your vitality is that you're on your way out in essence for to have mold like you're having extract.
And people fight that stuff for years. I mean, it's a sign of stagnant energy, right? Like in a stagnant water, stagnant anything, that mold comes in. But when life force is moving through you, minerals, electrolytes are signaling, energy's firing, you don't system function. You don't have that issue, right?
Yeah. So I was just reading the testimonials that were coming in.
Oh yeah.
And so one was on the methylene blue, and that the results have been amazing for them. And then was their friend who had been just on the 100 plus, and they had 8 years straight of continual severe digestive issues. And they, in 5 days, can't believe how it's absolutely changed their experience and their life. So that's what we're talking about. It could be, I've seen it take days, weeks, and months.
Digestive issues are a bear, right? Your energy, to not go to the bathroom regularly, it's a brutal.
And I've never experienced it, right? My respiratory has always been my problem.
Yeah, you've seen me go through it, and now that I'm eliminating regularly, feels so much better. So,
right.
So, and Dr. Will, you were kind of explaining earlier, we keep this video short, but that sometimes it can take a few years to get really remineralized, revitalized, dump those toxins. I mean, I can take the fulvic humic and literally within 5 minutes, I feel energy moving through my system. But it's a process to get this system back up to full health, right?
Yeah, if you want to be, so we can quantify it with numbers because we can measure it now. And it's the general vitality is the overall indicator. And so the line is 400. If you're below 400, the lower you are under 400, the easier it is to be sick, to get sick, and stay sick, and the harder it is to get well. It took me, my first time I stayed on myself, I was right around 200 general vitality. Felt it too, though. I mean, it was years ago, but once I figured it out there, all my mentors okay, this is what you got to do. And it took me 2.5 years to get to 400 and stay above 400 most of the time. The only way now that I get below 400 now is overextending myself, traveling, driving for 35 hours with no sleep and having coffee and abusing myself that way and using stimulants. So
Too much travel, my own changes,
eating, because when I travel, I don't eat.
and forgetting to use your own product.
And there's that. It does, many times you get busy. When we're human.
Yeah. And there's a lot that goes into, should be do as I say and not as I do, right? There are a lot of people that like to help other people forget about themselves. And I've done that numerous times. You have, obviously, otherwise your health wouldn't have gone into the gutter. And he has as well. So it's easy to fall into that, focusing on other people continually, answering, getting messages, the text messages that we get about people and being so happy and satisfied that people are changing their lives. And then you go, gosh, my energy is low. Why am I not feeling great? Stuff. And then you go, oh yeah, wow, I haven't even used any of the I
have to be honest, I don't miss very often, and I have almost no flaws in my diet. I think coffee is probably my one vice, if you want to call it that. But when you get to a point of such pain, you have to change. There's just so much motivation, and there's no desire to go back that I'm like, if that's what's going to get me there, I'm going to take a morning, noon, and night, and sometimes some extras in between just for good measure.
And what you just pointed out there is this is super important for people because experiencing the pain can be in numerous ways. It can be physical, right? Whether it's digestive, respiratory, joint inflammation, brain fog, all these different things. that cause us complications in our life, but they can also be emotional, a lot of other things that are stressors in our lives that bring our health down, right? So very important to remember that humans have a tendency to medicate to cover up for those types of things. I see it was alcohol, right? But it was also nicotine, right? Chewing tobacco, all these things, having, gotten rid of the alcohol and now gotten rid of the nicotine. Now I'm down to, coffee, and it's really not even, I love the taste of coffee with some honey in it and stuff, but, honestly saying that I'm addressing everything from all the physical, emotional, spiritual, all of that. That's what we want people to be able to do, right? And it's a tough process to go through. It is.
And a couple quick points here. For me, it's been 5 years of not being anywhere near my best. But in that time, I've had so much trial and error. You guys know, but from chiropractic to energy things to Joe Dispenza meditation retreats to juice fasting to dry fasting, like
A week of dark immersion.
I did a week long in darkness, not seeing any light. Total. There's no one there. Yeah. So there's no
deprivation of all senses.
All senses for 7 days. That's a whole other video. But this is to try to find out the problem. It just all makes a great story. But none of that gave me the minerals that I needed.
Right.
To kick out the toxins and to remineralize my whole structure and to fix my glands. None of that did that. And then I get on this protocol and within 3 months, I'm doubling, and you guys see me, I'm feeling much
exponentially better all the time.
I mean, how bad was my mood at times?
It was awful.
And so if you're struggling with mood issues, like I'm a hypnotist and I'm a meditator. I'm as positive as they get. But when you don't have the building blocks in your system for good feeling hormones, you're not going to feel good. Your emotions are going to be shot. You're going to treat people poorly. And the cost of that, let's say if you think the regen kit's expensive, compared to what? Compared to your grocery cart that doesn't have the minerals you need, and then compared to not functioning at your best,
compared to a month in the hospital,
compare the pharmaceuticals, compared to missing financial opportunities, and because you're not
like you're able to work. How much is one ambulance ride to the hospital? It's a fortune.
How many things did I have to say no to over the last few years that were money-making opportunities because I wasn't functioning well?
Right.
I think it's a few $1 million. Like over the last 5 years, if I would have been functional, I think it's in the millions to be completely honest. So
yeah,
for a couple $100 a month,
and not even a couple $100 a month.
Depending on where you are in the process.
Yeah, we've seen people just spend, 100, 150 and totally transform their complete existence.
Right. It depends. Yeah, it depends where you are. So anyway, I wanted to answer that because we get that question a lot. Now we can send people to this video. How long does it take? Well, how committed are you? How consistent are you? How motivated are you? And
I'll throw one more thing in there because I've seen so many people just do a supplementation and not make the dietary change. And I'll tell people that dietary change is fundamental. That's going to determine success or failure, really. And
there's commitment.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's always, I always stress that diet. That's something that I can't do for you.
Right.
You can't put it in a pill. You got to make those choices yourself. And that's really going to fundamentally make this succeed quickly or not.
And you're going to feel better. And that's the thing is, so if I'm going to put these amazing substances in my body to make the difference and just say eating donuts and piles of pasta and all of that, a lot of people are still going to feel better. You really are.
They will, yeah.
They will.
You'll plateau.
But you're forcing these probiotics and these substances to push out and fix the massive amount of damage that you're attempting to do to yourself. It's this war going on.
So much energy, so much energy wasted in digestion,
right?
Instead of fixing yourself. So,
yeah.
Okay, well, that should answer the question. How long does it take? The answer is it depends.
Thank you for listening to the Cell Saviors podcast. To learn more about the Cell Saviors mission or to buy the minerals and probiotics your body needs to thrive, visit cellsaviors.org.
This content is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Always consult a qualified healthcare provider before making health decisions.